to this episode of Midwest Finance on PiKture Time TV. My name is Idris, and we're out here in Michigan at the 2014 Take the City concert in Three Rivers, and we're here with Excalibar. Excalibar, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's glad to have you on the show. The last time we had you on the show, it was an album release party of some. Can you remind us about that?
The last time I was on the show was, I believe it was Young Corey's album release party, matter of fact. That was in, that was a minute. It was Tag album release party, and it was in, where he lived?
Rochester, Indiana.
Rochester, Indiana. That's the last time I was on the show.
I think I'm losing you. I think I'm losing you.
I remember when I started, Christ was my main source. Now I notice I seek to make my way in the source. Search for labels, connects, any cat to endorse. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, but I settle for a portion. Interference to rap fails because I know sex sells. Days of rock the bells exchange for getting crunked in hell. Bid my farewell. Rick told me a fairy tale. Teenage love got me a baby boy and a girl. Listen in the pot, got your boy locked in the cell. Somebody empty 9 shells, now he's on Walmart shelves. Even unstable cats get a plaque if they fail. To walk a righteous axe, DMX and Arkell. Lord, I guess I'm like his. Can you send me a quail? Cause my flesh is designed to keep me away from the veil. I'm all for Jesus. Will this album prevail? Or will Jesus walk with me to escort me to hell? Did I miss you? I know they say crime never pays, but it's hard. Cause the world gets more airplay than the God who gave his life for us to be saved. Lord, help me dissolve the pain that I crave. Did I miss you? I know they say crime never pays, but it's hard. Cause the world gets more airplay than the God who gave his life for us to be saved. Lord, help me dissolve the pain that I crave. My soul's in danger. Just right now I feel like a stranger. My addiction is steering me away from the manger. My secret chamber can't cage the skeleton's anger. When I know the gift given can give me some paper. Hear me, player. Sometimes I ask myself with a favor. I know I'm out of line. How can I doubt the creator? Lord, forgive me. You done more than I can weigh up. Matter of fact, you done more than I can pay up. I'm just being honest. You already know my hang up. Somewhere I lost focus of your makeup. My purpose, your predestination got me nervous. Cause this battle right here got me feeling worthless. I'm hurting. Cause I only see what's on the surface. I only blame myself. I'm not here to point at churches. My scars run deep, way before my talent spoke this. Sometimes I ask myself, is it really worth it? Did I miss you? I know they say crime never pays, but it's hard. Cause the world gets more airplay than the God who gave his life for us to be saved. Lord, help me dissolve the pain that I crave. Did I miss you? I know they say crime never pays, but it's hard. Cause the world gets more airplay than the God who gave his life for us to be saved. Lord, help me dissolve the pain that I crave. I can't help but know that I wouldn't write this rhyme if I had a nice plaque with gold on the inside, saying 500,000 records sold by the light ride. But let me hold a second, check my pride. Cause lust of the eye will get your boy blind. So let me go back for why I was designed to lift the most high, plus lead cast to Christ in such a radical way. When I grip the mic, let them know I'm a walking miracle in their sight. Amongst a culture who love to try to dim the light. With TV, videos, and music alike, I know my treasure in heaven, that's why I do it to fight. Cause with my past I would've committed suicide. Plus I got kids now and I must be their guide. I thank God that I've been adopted to the birthright. Thank God that I've been adopted to the Christ. Did I miss you? I know they say crime never pays, but it's hard. Cause the world gets more airplay than the God who gave his life for us to be saved. Lord, help me dissolve the pain that I crave. Did I miss you? I know they say crime never pays, but it's hard. Cause the world gets more airplay than the God who gave his life for us to be saved. Lord, help me dissolve the pain that I crave.
All right, now for our audience who, I know a lot of people know who Excalibar is, but for those who are just watching for the first time, can you tell us about yourself? Just give us a brief introduction. Who is Excalibar?
I mean, I like to look at myself as just, an artist, a hip-hop artist who ties in the gospel and who ties in Christ in the lyrics, Christian lifestyle with dealing with the everyday practical issues. So I have a conversational like flow, you know what I mean, where it's just like I'm talking to you. When you listen to my music, it's like we having conversation. So, and I deal with all issues, relationships, political issues, social issues, you know, of course, spiritual issues, you know what I mean? So
Now,
I just
before
like
we
to
get
dive
in
into
depth,
it.
I had this beat for a year, but I wasn't sincere, so it took some time to write this here. It's been 5 years that I've been walking in fear. I didn't want you to leave, so I revealed what's real. I was attached to another female that year. When we first made covenant, I'm sorry, dear. There's no way to justify you broke what I revered. And now you still here, showing me you really care. Even though you don't have to, you still cheer. Saying that you got my back while other cats cheer. Knowing that I heard you got me in tears, but they won't fall cause I'm angry at my peers. Casting stones, but they have a glass atmosphere. I'll be wrong if I aim to shatter their career. Let's be honest, it started from here, so I plead for forgiveness right here.
I know you didn't have to stay. The many times I messed up here. So to you I wanna give my heart. Sorry for my mistakes. I promise it'll be okay. So to you I wanna give my heart.
Let's not get confused, yes, your boy gets tempted. Cause the roaring lion's now permanent like a kid. And my sense tingles in submission. I get hypnotized if I'm not paying attention. My basic instinct now got your boy flinching. This is what Simpson felt like when they clipped them. Delilah got your boy going off the deep end, chasing, deciding, should I really creep in? Many people ask me, who do you believe in? Then my focus comes back and say no more cheating. In my relationship with you, I'm complete, and I must sprint from the temptation. Then I'm weak and I'm speaking so blunt, hoping this is teaching. Cause we as husbands really don't want to mention the area and a life that we really reeking, stinking in the nostrils of the kingdom.
I know you didn't have to stay. The many times I messed up here. So to you I wanna give my heart. Sorry for my mistakes. I promise it'll be okay. So to you I wanna give my heart.
Look, our relationship has improved, while other cats around us tempt to spread news. Whispering, gossiping, why she with that dude? Don't have a clue, there's more than what's assumed. They all so confused, waiting for an X to lose. But guess what, they underestimate the real truth. Why would he speak now? What he trying to do? Become transparent plus real about issues. Christ can save anybody, let's review. My friends talk about me, my wife never doubt me. The hood respond P me cause I'm not white like ivory. My sins surrounding me shows I have a dirty diary. Christ can restore all things, so keep eyeing me. Cause every step I take, I'ma keep the honesty. Refined and purified, married so properly. If you think you can't be restored, trust God, B.
I know you didn't have to stay. The many times I messed up here. So to you I wanna give my heart. Sorry for my mistakes. I promise it'll be okay. So to you I wanna give my heart.
before we get in deep right now, can we ask you about your origin story? Where you from and what city do you represent?
Well, I'm from born and raised, in New York, you know what I mean? Harlem born, you know what I'm saying? But I live in Elkhart now, Elkhart, Indiana. So I got that blend going on. I represent Elkhart because I live here and I've been here for the last decade or so, you know what I mean? But I am born and raised in New York City, experienced the hardships, drug life, parents on drugs, been through the foster care system, been shipped around from home to home, so I experienced that lifestyle, and even when I got older, got into drugs and drinking and the party and club scene and life like that, you know what I mean? And so you know, in my music, you'll hear that. You know, you'll hear me talk about that briefly, but then, you know, converted over to Christ. You know what I mean? You know, when I moved to Indiana. You know what I mean? And ever since then, it's just been that beaten path.
Hands up, that ain't high enough. Get your hands up, put my hands up, 'cause it's the same as the way I know it. Identify with it, right? Like I'm feeling it. Get your hands up, get your plate, and it's something that I take a beat, beat it round, jump up, when you run. Ain't no popping up, 'cause my God deserve it. Up, go, who he is, kinda like a band, yeah. Right up in the quick believers like a tool blade. Just up in the head, kinda like a switchblade. I put my hands up, 'cause it's the way that I show up. I cannot take a life, and it comes to love, yeah. Big place, so everybody get to know. Check out the bodies, begin to walk up. The wind's okay if you get loose, but they get it. How you feeling? Love it, look at it, that's how you go. And think it right, really, if that's how you feeling. Pulling out in the place, and it, if you love Christ, get your hands up, tell it to life. Get your hands up, hands up. Get your hands up, hands up. Get your hands up, hands up. That ain't high enough, get your 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 hands up. Hey, hey, hey,
Awesome. Now tell us about your musical journey. When did you discover your talent?
That's a good question. I used to rap, you know, before I got into Christ. I used to rap, and I wasn't heavy into it. It was just something to do, you know what I mean? I was into art first, you know, artist, drawing, painting, stuff like that. And then I really grasped to the hip hop culture, you know. Once I heard a couple of songs that I liked, then I really got into the hip hop culture. But then guys just started converting my lyrics as my heart started changing. Then my lyrics started changing. It wasn't okay, I seen God or I experienced a God and then it just totally flipped. It was a gradual change as my heart started changing and me going towards more of God, you know what I mean? Then my lyrics started changing. And so now I've been rapping for, I want to say like 14, 15 years, you know, and laying the foundation in the gospel for at least 12. You know, so
Awesome.
yeah, that's my journey.
You wanna know my cause, no need for clothes. Revelation right flame, love is no more. Lord is the North Star, news no source. Not long ago, America's in court. So that's commodity, live by force. Cut on my hobby, define our course. Midnight quakes, position remorse. Kill my ones, now order like a horse. Medicine skill of the evening store. Shut from the street like clothing doors. Crack cocaine, ain't nothing in the floor. Thought opportunity was all no flaws. Boys in community spread on the board. New Jack City, need a round source. To be the father of a generation lost. And the pops locked up, so pay shots for. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Something wrong, cause dropping out is the norm. We teach push my turn to education. Middle finger up, saying after station. Something to a grammar for manipulation. We say all hail to the traps on a king. When my young bucks ready up, really comprehension and learning is a privilege. And I got a system, now we getting us to the blame for the tension. We demand change from our present condition. Push it to a gap, how we feel, we won't listen. Maybe when we start using just the house of wisdom. Instead of stop stories, I always land victim. Mind still trapped, that's what we sit with. gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. A lot of times you have that small thing, you can't really get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta stretch your mind. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. I need the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Oh, get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture.
You know, specifically ask that professionally and stuff. But can you share with us, you know, with our audience, our viewers right now, an unforgettable experience in your musical journey that you can remember? Good, bad, funny, it could be anything. Just
I remember I was in Nebraska. Norfolk, Nebraska. And I was nervous because they asked me to do something on Sunday at their church, and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a traditional setting. You know, they do contemporary worship, so it was a weird feeling, and I was like, okay, I'm really uneasy about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And so, you know, and I went and I did it. I did a song called "Mold Me," and after I did it, like adults and kids, they just was so moved by the song, they was crying. And it was shocking to me to watch adults, particularly, how that song, especially a rap song, have an impact to move somebody to tears. That was an experience. I was like, wow, okay, you know, because you used to hearing rap and, you know, it's up-tempo, it's upbeat, but the lyrics in the song "Mold Me," you know, really reaches out, and to see that type of response was interesting. You know, it was a new experience for me.
wow.
I need friends. I promise I'll accept your friendship because I need friends. You know, I could tell by when everybody just went back, and then I was like, man, I don't got no friends. So, you know, I need some friends. So, can I hear you say, hey? Hey! Can I hear you say, hey? Hey! All right, so, you know, as Tag already spoke, we are called to be against the grain. You know what I mean? I would have took his name if I would have thought of it back then. I would have took it first, but he beat me to it, so I was just like, all right, I gotta get something else. So go ahead and run that track. But we are called to be against the grain. So we are called to be something different. You know, we can clap to it. You know, we can get a little to it. Thank you all day now. I'm in the building.
If you need a one now, all you do is text. No more rocks and hands, that's a cash car. Eyes dilated from the pills that I just popped. Mind blown, wonder will I ever fall home. Somebody check my wife, cause I'm in a pack of road. I see dead people with the legion of doom. Trying to buy weed smoke, I can kill to consume. Alternate state, purple haze, feel great. We can't peer pressure, I equals for my plate. Whatever it takes, my high won't fulfill. I'ma live life till I inspire, can't wait. It's life more than amazing, behind the tip fence. It's life more than amazing, the girls that make shit show something different. Something different. Something different. Something different. It's life more than amazing, behind the tip fence. It's life more than amazing, the girls that make shit show something different. Something different. Something different. Something different. At the age of 15, I started smoking green. Just a nigga rag, all that you need. Get a paid 50 cents and you're born to a Philly. Cats gather around, we about to get silly. If the chick came at the end, we get busy. Sleazy, yeah, that's a life of a breezy. Little Kim started to the B.I.G. movie. So me, no, she had to do her duty. Can't for my trees and think you will do me. Young man, I was on some Chuck foolery. Now I got daughters and I'm like, ooh-wee. Gotta stay sharp cause I remember me. High all the time, later pipe and send lady. Now I pray that they won't fall for the Mickey. Or catch the virus that will end their life quickly. It's like more than this, get high and zip this. It's like more than this, the girls that bang chicks show something different. Show something different. Show something different. Show something different. It's like more than this, get high and zip this. It's like more than this, the girls that bang chicks show something different. Show something different. Show something different. Show something different. For days as I pack, crack in my backpack. Catch me on the block with a skeleton in the fridge. Some things change, but some remain a fact. I don't tell no one tales, and I like to put a mask. Things change now. My goal for the cash. Wanna get high, I got fam, I must last. My kids getting older, and clothes cost another. Rent dough, when I'm like a chief like a mama. Spending chips for things my kids ain't got. That's some nonsense, cause I'm busy in the lake. I'm busy in the club while my lady home sick. With my 5 kids, but I'm still at a chick. For real, that's why your boy had to quit. Looking at my life and saying, is this it? It's like more than this, get blazed and sit fist. Cause if not, then the game just got over quick. It's like more than this, get high and sit fist. It's like more than this, the girls and bang chicks show something different. Show something different. Show something different. Show something different. It's like more than this, get high and sit fist. It's like more than this, the girls and bang chicks show something different. Show something different. Show something different. Show something different. We're just gonna let that CD go. Just keep going. So this next one, I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to say.
Now, I know about Light Riders, the Light Rider music, and, you know, Excalibar and stuff. Now, what is the latest update from the stable of Excalibar and Light Rider music?
Well, you know, me and my wife just started to branch out and start a label called Light Rider Music. Anybody that support Light Riders, you're a Light Rider, you know. But we started to make a business out of it, and so that we have a platform, because we are also seeking other artists under this platform so that they could also put out their music. You know, there's not a lot of platforms for this. So we started that, and the next project is the Roll the Dice project. So I'm the first one to release under the Light Rider Music label. And so the next project that we're working on is Roll the Dice. It's called Roll the Dice. Talk about taking chances, taking risks. And so that's the first release out of Light Rider Music, you know, is the project Roll the Dice, which I'm excited about. Got some excellent features on this.
It's not that quiet music. It's not that quiet music. I guarantee you to get you moving. It's your peep, see how we do it. It's not that quiet music. All right, let's go, homie. I need y'all to take it back. Most of y'all heard that come before. We're gonna switch it up real quick though.
Cause I'm off the spot and hit the block. Spread the word like John Mark. I used to pitch rock, just read. I did God, but now I'm on top of shit. I am not for this hip hop. I know we got get the touch. I got that music, my rhymes are loose fit. Not people listening, but truth is in it. So get your party on, cause this beat is addictive. It's not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. It's not that quiet music. It's not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. It's not that quiet music. Another round with that active sound. A lot of cats is waiting for me to slow down. I heard them like, what they say? Like, roll down. I've been in the back, nigga, live with the crowd. Kick 'em my 2 cents, kick 'em buck wild. Mind of my own wild cat flex style. Now I must enter cause the game went foul. Should I play Snatch 12, maybe not now? Should I bust guns like it's okay around? But that's the old me talking crazy out my mouth. I should've, could've, would've, but really that's a foul. Cause who am I to judge if you look at my foul? You see your boy ain't shooting me in the beat. Sitting like Clark Duck in the green. But I'm still here rocking shows with a freestyle. With a record label that's dropping that heat now. This not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. This not that quiet music. This not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. This not that quiet music. What are you waiting for? We came from the damn floor. When you that's the physical. Cause you live for the heads. That's so critical. So deep, so there's no cursing in this beat. So guess what? Yes, we still coming with the heat. My whole fleet aim is to make you on your feet. We're not TLC, so we don't have to creep. The flip side is that we still can retreat. The same murder rap that'll kill you, see. Our foundation must stay focused on the game. You may see diamonds in my pinky ring. I know who shines bright in every day. When the sun is shining, you boy keep the lines. I manifest the lines like the Fuji one time. I'm on my grind, and it's okay, not a mind. I hit the dance hall for my soul tree line. This not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. This not that quiet music. This not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. This not that quiet music. This not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. This not that quiet music. This not that quiet music. Guarantee it'll get you moving. Just keep see how we do it. This not that quiet music. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I got one last one, and then my P90X is done for the day.
For those who already know Excalibar, I mean, you know, they know that you got lots of music. Can you tell us about your previous works? You know, just make a count.
Oh, wow, my previous works. It's hard to know where to start from. You know, I remember I was part of Burn Unit, you know, with my man Scholar Rock out in Chicago when we was doing music out there. And then when I had the crew, you know, Light Riders first was just a crew of artists. And so we had the compilation Light Riders Charity, you know, where it's like 8 artists got together and just worked on some music, came out with a project, came out with a CD. Then following that, we had the Fellowship CD, you know, with the Light Riders crew. Again, 8 of us coming together, being unified, putting out material. You know, then I came out with something different. You know, my first, you know, my solo project, you know, was something different. It did really well, you know, and then during that time, you know, I went through a rough period, you know, lost 2 of my kids. And so, you know, didn't know what I was going to do at that point, you know, so we had a meeting, you know, me and my crew, me and my team, we had a meeting. Then I just really felt that God wanted me to continue to push forward. So, you know, then I came out with Pyramids to Projects. And Pyramids to Projects is doing very well. We have a couple of videos for it. Great features on that, for that too. You can always go to YouTube or Light Rider Music You know, just Google it, or you know, you can just find all that information on the web. But you know, we Pyramids did really well. You know, Pyramids did really well for us, and so so now we got the Roll the Dice CD coming out.
You know what I mean? And how many know Christ's love never stops no matter what situation you're in? Okay, that was alright. But maybe some people don't believe that. Christ's love never stops no matter what situation you're in. You know what I mean? And you can tell the ones that's feeling it because they know. So Billy, let's run that track. And I'm gonna give a testimony about my life, you know, and it's still, no matter what, it shows that Christ's love never stops.
We'd like to take the time out to give a little testimony. I'll play for you a little bit. Born in mid-August, the sun was scorching. Sweat dripping down mother's door, she calling for more morphine to ease the poison. Make way, cause I come from both offspring. Many kids close, questioning what to call them. They said many names, but Alice was chosen. Mama so proud she ain't get an abortion. Then crack came and she left me an orphan. Not just me, I was feeling so broken. My sisters was hurt, stripped from their clothing. While mama on the knife, I feeling she broken. So attractive, so she sold what was golden. I can't count the gas cause the list keep going. All the love we had couldn't stop her from smoking. Then one night she was beat to a broken. Girl, I knew lovely is now unspoken. Son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Target for the red dots, watch bottom red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. Son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Target for the red dots, watch bottom red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. Where was my dad while all this was happening? He sat in the garden and Jack was jacking. I knew Jack Daniels, my dad was laughing. We took a sip, that was his drug of passion. Consumed alcohol to the point he staggered. Loved me so much that he left my flattering. Rejected to my face, but I still not married. Apart from the pain, but I'm still not mad at it. You look in my eyes, bloodshot and blackened. My tears flow rivers, my voice is cracking. I'm his only son, but I'm named after him. Is this my way? This is what I'm asking. So what I do, drink with it, so never I'm in. Blaze up the weed and curse the God, man. I know you look at shot cause my reaction. But I couldn't see the Lord or his compassion. I'm the son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Talking for the red dots, watch my red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. I'm the son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Talking for the red dots, watch my red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. First my older brother posts on the block, known for his hustle from how to rock. Also same here as he had to stop. Jay the young brother also filled the spot. For me, I had the West leaving the docks. Fell in love with a girl that made my heart stop. Yeah, I never thought it was all a plot. My little girl was born, relationship flop. So I went back to what I know the cop. But my family got ready and ready my swap. Alone in this world, was all I got. My brother doing 20 and I'm set to rock. And then I'm running up the one who can't watch. Died in the road, then rose and shot. He suffered for me, his love never stopped. He never left me, that's why he's top notch. I'm the son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Talking from the red dots, watch by the red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. I'm the son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Talking from the red dots, watch by the red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. I'm the son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Talking from the red dots, watch by the red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop. I'm the son of a grandma, son of a drama, brother of the locker, kin to the no spot. Talking from the red dots, watch by the red dots. One thing that's hot, Christ love never stop.
I was going to ask you, where can people find and support your works? Because I know a couple myself. I know lightrider.webs.com. I know twitter.com/getexcalibar. I know b100.com/getexcalibar. I mean, are there any other places that people can go?
You can go on Amazon, you know.
Yes, buy the CD.
Yeah,
buy it. Buy the
yeah.
music. That's how you can support.
Yeah, you can go on Amazon. We're working on a distribution deal right now, so I'm working on that, so that it can get distributed everywhere. You know, I mean, all your online channels, Spotify, you know, iTunes, all of that. So I'm working on that right now. By the time you probably even see this, it'll be out. You know, it'll be on those channels. So, I mean, you know, like I said, you could just go to your website, Google it, and you'll find it. You can go to Reverb Nation. You know, I'm on Reverb Nation now, so you can check that out.
ReverbNation.com/Excalibar4.
Yep, that's the site. So you can go check that out now. So we're really trying to expand it, you know, expand the branding, you know, put Light Rider music out there, you know, so just Google me.
But, you know, my piece is get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. I'll tell you what, whoever can say it real quick,
Get the picture.
I'll give you a CD as soon as my set is over. Who wanna try it first? Any volunteers to try it first? Oh, yeah, she on. But you're an artist, I can't include you right there. Anybody else? I'm gonna get that CD too. All right, you're an artist too. I can't do that. Who else? Any volunteers? Get the bigger picture, gotta see the bigger picture. See. All right, run the track, homie.
Any last words and shout out to anybody from around the world.
Of course, I got plenty of shout outs. I got to give a shout out to, of course, PiKture Time, ResQ Records. You know what I mean? I got to give a shout out. 3CK, that's my dude, 3CK. You know, EA Pro Music, that's my guy. You know, and I just want to shout out everybody that support. You know what I mean? Just had a number of supporters. You know, Tag, you know, Incline. You know, so of course my wife, my kids, they sacrifice, you know, for me able to do what I do. So yeah, and then to you, you know, to you the listener, you know, you created, you know, I accept what I do, you know, and the purpose is ultimately to reach the lost, to encourage the saved, you know, to continue to build and spread the word and build the kingdom.
All right, thanks for giving us this interview, and we wish you good luck with the release of Roll the Dice and much success.
And if you ever want to contact me for an event, you know, you can just either contact me through Facebook, you know, or you can email me, getexcalibar@gmail.com, or you can just call me on the phone, send me a text, 574-747-0808. All right, thanks, y'all.
Have a great time, man.